Hi, this is the Taskmaster Fitness Online Fitness Studio with me, Rachel Tasker, founder of the company. So, here in the online studio, we pick apart various topics of fitness, health, and well-being, and take a few moments to get practical. And today, I want to pick apart some chat about dieting. Actually, I've called it dieting fails. It's not because of you. It's not because of your willpower. But yeah, I just really wanted to take a moment to talk about bit about diets and where I come from, how I feel about it, what I've experienced, and share with you something that I've read that I've since found really useful. I find talking about dieting really emotive, not only for me, but also for my clients or even friends and family that I talk to. It's easy to feel defensive. You might not always label it that, but when people start to talk about food or what they've eaten, I quite often get a barrage list of what they've eaten. I tell myself that same, or used to tell myself that same list in my head, like, and check what I've eaten through the day. And it's very personal, it's very individual, not least because some of us have our own, if you've got food allergies or if you've got conditions like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, or celiac, things like that, they kind of influence, or not kind of, they do influence what you eat. So it's a very personal thing on that regard, but it's also very personal because it's what types of food we grew up on, what our mum or dad cooked for us, what we were used to eating. And it would just all have individual tastes. You know, some people like it spicy, some people don't. So it's very personal, very specific. And generally, what I find when I talk to people and in my own personal experience is you're always looking for that one food that's going to make everything better, that one food that's going to help you lose weight. And I just sort of want to challenge that a bit today and maybe look past it, look beyond it. Yeah, but let me crack on. So I think this is actually a really good place to start is, why do you want to lose weight in the first place? Like, where's that coming from? What's it about? And for me, actually, this is a suggestion to you that you take a moment to, dare I use the word journal, but you just take a moment to list all of the reasons why you want to lose weight and see what they mean to you. How much value do you hold to them? Some things that we might want to lose weight to look better. A doctor may have said our BMI is too high. We may want to fit into a smaller dress size. And I would ask you on that one, why? Why do you want to be in a smaller dress size? What is that going to bring you? And to really, really get under it. Like, what does being one dress size smaller, how is that going to change things? You might want to lose weight because you've got a holiday coming up and you want to feel better in that bikini, because you want to feel more comfortable as you move around. And there's no right or wrong reason why someone would want to lose weight. I guess I just come from, there are more things in life, and how much weight we are, however much we weigh, however much we lose, however much we gain, generally has quite a little effect on our lives as they currently are. We think that is going to make a massive difference, might change our career, we might go on holiday, we might see our friends. I don't know, it's different for different people, but really get into why you want to lose weight, because not only will that help with your motivation down the line if that's something that you still want to do, but also you might realise, actually, I don't want to lose weight. It's not the be all and end all. I want to learn to speak a different language. I want to learn to knit. I want to actually go out and on an adventurous day with my friends and do, is it go wild or go ape, or, go down a zip line. I don't know, whatever your thing is, focus on doing that first, maybe, and the weight later. So I guess where I come from and what I'm thinking is there another way? Dieting, for me, and how I view it, takes up the time that we could be having a hobby or seeing friends. It's taking up the headspace that we might have to do other things. And as I grew up, and it's the same for most of us, I think, there was definitely a strong narrative of me needing to be smaller than I was. It was important to be in the smallest dress size that I could possibly be. And I don't know, a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago, I did the course to become a personal trainer, and they taught you some stuff about nutrition, and I was really looking forward to the nutrition side of things. I was like, great, you know what, this is going to be it. Not consciously, I didn't say it to anyone, but I think in the back of my mind, I was thinking, great, I'm going to find out all the secrets. This is going to be it. This is where I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to know what to do. I'm going to feel better about food. And I was bitterly disappointed. I sat through the training and was like, well, this is boring. There was nothing exciting. It was basically telling me to eat fats, or telling everyone to eat fats, carbs, proteins. Make sure you got those on your diet, telling you how your body absorbs, what your body needs to absorb vitamins and minerals. And yeah, it was just the most sage advice you could possibly get, and I felt really underwhelmed, which was an odd feeling to have, I guess. But it was just true. It was just so true, and I didn't necessarily know what to do at the time, but it definitely made me more open-minded. And then I came across a fellow PT on Instagram, and she was talking about something. She basically shared 4 books that she'd read, and said it had blown her mind. It was a completely different view on dieting, and I thought, oh, well, I'll give it a go. Why not? I'll give it a listen, rather, and give it a read, rather. And I really thought that it was just going to be, I guess I just thought it's going to be another book, maybe telling me how to eat, what to eat, when to eat. And in some way, it just felt like it was just going to be, another diet book telling you what to eat and what not to eat, really. And actually, what I took from it was a bit of peace of mind and a bit more of a measured view. It spoke about diet culture and diet mentality. I didn't even realise there was one. And I talk to my friends and family all the time. I obviously speak to them all the time, not about this topic, but we talk, and not just, even when I'm in social groups where I don't know everybody, how we speak about food, how we speak about our bodies. I was suddenly like, oh, wow, diet culture, diet mentality. I get it. And it's kind of toxic, and we don't necessarily realise it. And I'm not here to judge or to tell someone else how to be when it comes to food and wanting to lose weight, but I would really encourage anybody to be open-minded and to give this book a read and consider the principles of intuitive eating, because it is a lot kinder than you perhaps think it's going to be. And that doesn't mean to say that you're not going to lose weight. I'm not sure. There have been a few PTs that have spoken about intuitive eating and kind of saying, oh, you can't just tell people just to eat loads of donuts, that's no good. And it's like, that's not what intuitive eating is about. And I'm trying to be really mindful not to sell this. I don't get any money back from it at all. I just sharing this as something that I read and that I found really interesting and really valuable, and helped me to feel more at peace with food, to enjoy food. Not that so you might be thinking, how can you not enjoy a chocolate bar or treat of choice? But it was more about enjoying it in a way that I didn't feel bad about myself afterwards, that I didn't try and restrict food. I just didn't feel bad. I didn't spend the next half an hour or the next day being like, oh God, why did I eat that? Oh, I was so bad for eating that. I was like, oh, I don't need to live my life like that. It was quite eye-opening. And it's actually taken quite a while for all of it to sink in. But on this slide here in front of you is the 10 principles of intuitive eating. And I've got a slide where I put the author's name in. And there's another book called, I think, Just Eat It by Laura Thomas, PhD, where she helps you to sort of implement some of these principles. And it's just really interesting. And the first one being reject the diet mentality. This was a chapter that spoke about research into diets and whether they work or they don't work. And I think we all kind of know that diets don't work, or they only work in a short term, and then we gain weight, we gain the weight that we lost and maybe more. But they've done scientific studies to prove that that is actually true, and that it's not just our willpower letting us down. So for me, I was then like, why do I even bother in this? Why do I bother looking for diets then if none of them are going to work? The second principle, I won't go through them all, but second principle is honor your hunger. And I really want to say, because I do struggle with this myself, is that it is okay to be hungry. It is okay to say out loud that you're hungry and eat when you're hungry. If you're hungry, honor it. Just eat. If you're not hungry, then, don't find something else to do. But if you are hungry, we're all entitled to food, and we're all entitled to the best food that we can and the food that we really want at the time. Imagine you've got a Michelin star chef who's about to cook your meal for you. I know this sounds like a ridiculous example. And like, what would you want? If he was able to cook you anything, what would you want in that moment? And then get to as close to that as you can. And then the principles go on. I'll let you read the book. And if you have any questions about it, be in touch with me. I'm no expert. I can only speak from my own personal experience, but it really was an eye-opening read. So as I said, here is a picture of the book. And it was by Evelyn Tribole. So Evelyn, Evelyn, Tribole, Tribole. Brilliant book, really worth a read. Just keep yourself open-minded. Try not to judge yourself too harshly, or anyone else for that matter. So I hope that was sort of a bit of a useful insight. Maybe I can talk about it more, or if you have questions, always be in touch. But for now, off the back of this, if you do one thing, go and buy the book. Like I said, I don't get any kickback. There's no, I don't get any sales or commission for doing it. But just if you've been following, you've been in this diet world for a long time, try and lose weight, gaining weight, or whether you're on diets or not, you might not be. I wasn't, but I was still giving myself a hard time about what I ate. Then please go ahead, buy the book, and just let your mind be open. I have got a blog article on my website where I mention this book more and other books that I've read in a similar vein. So have a read of that and what I write there. And then if you want to, come and join me and others for exercise that is body confident, that isn't like people showing off or anything like that, but we just talk about other things. We exercise because it feels good and because it's good for our joints, good for our bones, all of that good stuff. Then please come and join me, and there's more information about it on my website about my Hit and Chat classes.